going live. Hi everyone. Check the, nobody's here, but let's check the angle here. Welcome to my messy basement. Oh, let's see here. Maybe like that. Oh, we got one person here. Sorry, I'm just setting up the angle. The chair that this is on is spinning. Making sure that you can see what I need you to be able to see. Okay. Up. Cool. All right. Oh, and they're gone. Hello. No. All right. We'll wait another minute. See if anybody shows up. Lighting's okay. No one's here. Stop spinning. All right, I'm gonna get started with nobody. Oh, here's one person. Cool. We're about to get started. Welcome to, this is Parkour and Freerunning Level 1, the beginner parkour class. Today we are going to be going over our parkour roll or our shoulder rolls. So parents, in order to prep for that while the kids get to warming up, what you're going to need is either a pillow or like this, or if you have a panel mat at home, or any pillows would work, just something soft so that we're doing the rolls. We get a little forgiveness. So if you have a panel mat, that'd be great, fold it out. I'm gonna be using a yoga mat just to add a little bit of extra. But if you have a pillow, like a body pillow, or even just a bunch of pillows that you can put down in a row, that will work just fine. Cool. So we'll start off with a warm up and then we'll get into our shoulder rolls. Yeah. First things first, why don't we do 15 jumping jacks? Gotta come up with some new warm-ups. Swinging your arms all the way up, jumping your legs out nice and wide. Sorry if the camera's a little blurry. It's dark in my basement. All right, after we do our jumping jacks, I want you to, let's just do little rebounds. So rebounds are when we're jumping. Let's see, can you see my feet? It's when we're up on our toes like this. Our heels never touch the ground. We just bounce on our toes. Your knees should stay relatively pretty straight. We're just pushing into our toes, bouncing on the ground. Little bunny hops. And then go ahead, bunny hop side to side. And then can we bunny hops front and back, front and back. Now we're going to try going in a circle. So it's side, front, side, back. Side, front, side, back. And over again. And now let's try going the other way. Side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back. Nice. Okay, next we're going to do one-footed hops. So same deal. Try to stay on your toes. Try not to land flat-footed like this. Up on our toe, jumping on one leg. Does not have to be a high jump. Just a little bounce. Go ahead, switch legs. Bouncing on your toes. Bouncing on your toes. And switch. Nice. And now let's try a little front and back. Bouncing on one foot, front and back. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. And switch legs again. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Cool, very nice. All right, let's do a little bit of a shoulder warm up. My favorite is Swinging our arms, big circles. Make sure you're not going to bump into anything. Swinging them around. Very good. And forwards. Swinging them big as circles you can. Really try to use the whole arm, swing it all the way around. And now swing your arms across the front. And we're switching which arm goes on top each time. Let me slow it down so you can see it a little bit better because it's kind of blurry. Cool. All right, still got somebody watching. Thanks for watching, one person. Who knows, maybe it's a family of 3. And it's 3 people. And without moving your feet, I want you to twist. Twist, twist, twist. Again, we did these ones before, but we're just trying to look as far around as we can, not trying to go too fast. And we're going to do a little windmill, so leaning forwards, arms go out side to side, just like this. Try to twist, warm up our back, warm up our shoulders. Alrighty. Standing with our feet together. I want you to reach up towards the ceiling, reach forwards and down. See if you can touch your toes. And then if you can, touch the ground. And try to get your hands nice and flat. Alrighty, come on up. Pull your legs out wide. For this one, we're going to start with a side stretch to stretch the side of our body here. So one arm is going to reach down like this. The other arm is going to reach up over our head. We're going to lean as far over to the side as we can and get blasted by this light here so that I become a ghost. Spooky. And come back up to the top. Switch your arms and reach over the side. You should feel a stretch all up in here. If you're not quite feeling it, try bringing your legs a little closer together. Should help. And come back up. So back in our straddle, we're going to reach our hands down. Try to touch one foot with both hands. And then we're going to reach all the way across. Touch the other foot with both hands. And then we're going to go one more time back over to the other side. And back to the other foot. Hold this for a few more seconds. And then I want us to reach down the middle, trying to touch the ground. Try to imagine there's a line in between your feet that connects your feet together. That's where your hands want to go, not really far forward like this. I want them right in the middle. If that feels really easy for you, you can reach behind the line. So reaching on the ground behind our feet. See how my hands are behind my legs? That's what we want. We don't want them out here. We want them either in the middle or way behind. Good job. All right. Take a seat. We're going to do butterfly stretch. Flap your wings. Try to get your knees close to the ground. This one is for our hips. All right. If you can, grab on your ankles and push with your elbows on your knees. It'll help you open them up. Very good. All right. Next, put one leg out straight. We're going to reach for our foot. Try to grab our toes. If we're trying to grab our toes, that means that our foot is flexed like this, not like this. And we're trying to pull our heel up off the ground. That should be a stretch for your calf muscle, which is this muscle here behind your leg. And now put that foot over the top. Roll out your ankle. Foot on the ground, hug your knee. Pull it in tight, sit up tall. And then switch legs. Again, this foot in tight. Try to grab our toes, lift our heel up off the ground. I don't know if you can see that, but my heel is coming up and stretching right here behind my leg, this muscle right here. It's called the calf muscle. And go ahead and put your foot over the top. Roll out your ankle. Make sure we don't hurt our ankles today. I like to wiggle my toes when I do this one. Warm up my whole foot. Foot on the ground. Hug your knee. Sit up nice and tall. Pull it in tight. Try to keep your foot on the ground the whole time. When you pull, try not to let your foot come up. Plant it on the ground. Cool. And flip onto your stomach. We're going to do a seal stretch, which looks like this. Feet are together, looking up to the ceiling. Try to bend our back, pushing our hips down. Try to have your hands as close to your hips as you can, unless it becomes too hard. We just don't want them way out like this. We want to be up nice and tall on top of our hands. And then we're going to roll back into the cat stretch, like so. Armpits towards the ground, hips up nice and high, not sitting back like this on our feet. Instead, up tall. Chin should be trying to go up, looking forwards at our hands. Very nice, cool. And last thing, up on our knees, roll out our wrists. Do the wave. Roll them out again. One more wave, but opposite direction. Let's see, can I do that? There we go. And shake them out. Okay, like I said at the beginning, if you were watching at the very beginning, we're going to be doing our parkour roll, otherwise known as our shoulder roll. The shoulder roll is different than the gymnastics forwards roll. It is a much safer roll, and it's better for hard surfaces. If you were to do a forward roll on a hardwood floor or on concrete, it would hurt, but there are ways to do shoulder rolls on those surfaces that do not hurt. So today, I've said this already, but I'm going to say it again. Now is the time to set up your panel mat. If you have a panel mat, lay it out flat as big as it can go. If you do not have a panel mat, you can grab some pillows. We can put pillows on the ground. I have a big body pillow. That would work great. If you only have little pillows, go ahead and throw a bunch of those down like so. Okay? Anything to make it softer for you. I am going to be using, I have just a yoga mat here, just because I already know my roll, so I am still going to use it just to make it a little bit softer for myself. But we're going to go over body placement and hand placement first, and then we'll work ourselves into the roll. All right? So first things first, for the roll, this is where it's important to pay attention to where you're starting. So if we have a pillow on the ground, so again, here's my body pillow. I hope you can see it. It is black. If I'm going to roll sideways this way, so rolling in this direction, I'm going to start off of my pillow. Ready? Let me use the yellow one to show you the beginning. So the beginning of my pillow is this yellow pillow. All right? I'm going to start with my feet on the floor because my hands are going to go on the floor or on the pillow like this, but it's important that my shoulder is going to be the one that drops down onto the pillow, okay? So now for the shoulder roll, you can go on either side of your body. It does not matter. It is totally up to you, and the best way to try is to just try both sides and decide from there. Or if you're just about to start and your body really wants to go to one side, that's the side that you should probably go to. Now, parents, here's something to look for with your kids. If they're struggling with this, and it doesn't seem to be working right from the beginning, it's probably due to them trying to use one shoulder, but then actually using the other shoulder instead. So I'll show you what that looks like and how we can correct that as we move forward. But first thing that we're going to do is you guys are going to crouch down low like this. So we're going to go down into our low squat here, all right? Our hands are going to make a triangle or a diamond. See my hands here? They're a nice diamond. In my squat, I will go up onto my toes, and I'm just going to keep my feet even, so my feet are right next to each other, all right? I'm going to make my diamond here, like this, and what I'm going to do is if I'm going to use my right shoulder, so this is my right shoulder, this is the shoulder that I roll over, it's the one that I prefer, my diamond is going to go over my left knee. So if you look, my knee is in between my arms like this, okay? It's not on the outside here, and it's not on the middle here, all right? It's over. So one arm's in the middle, one arm is on the outside, all right? My right shoulder is going to touch the ground. So what I need to make sure is that my head, this important thing that I have here that I want to keep safe, does not touch the ground. And the best way to do that is to get it as far away from your right shoulder as you possibly can. So if your right shoulder is going on the ground, you put your head all the way over to the left, all right? If you're going to go the other way, your hands go over the other knee, and your head's going to go that way so that our left shoulder can go on the ground. Now, let me turn my mat sideways here so I can show you how we're going to progress into this. 4 points, 5 points. Sorry, 5 points of contact on the ground as we go. That means there are going to be 5 parts of our body that are going to touch the ground, and they have to touch them in the right order. First is going to be our hands. First thing to touch the ground will be our hands as they touch down on the ground. The next is going to be our forearm and our elbow. So we're going to lower down onto the next part of our body here so that this touches the ground. Then after our elbow, we're going to roll up our arm onto our shoulder. Once we get on our shoulder, so you guys can see, if this is my right shoulder, the next thing to touch the ground is going to be my back as I roll across to my hip. So if you look, my right shoulder touches the ground. It is going to be my left hip that I'm rolling towards, all right? So with the shoulder roll, we do not go straight down the center of our back. Instead, we go diagonally from our shoulder across our back to our hip here. And then after the hip is going to be my feet onto the ground, all right? So let's see how to start that. Crouch. So I've got my knee in between my arms. I'm going to lower my head to the side. All right. I'll change up the angle on this so you guys can see it. But I'm going to reach out in front of me. My elbow goes down. Then my shoulder goes down. And I roll. Ready? Watch this again. Hands are off to the side. Elbow comes down like this. And then my head tucks to the side. My shoulder's going to come to the ground. And I roll all the way and stand up on my feet. So the important thing to focus on here, and this is where parents can come into help, is just the beginning of the roll. All right, so if you're finding it hard on your own, ask your parents, hey, can you please watch this? This is what Coach Alex says to look for, which is the hands, then the elbow, and the shoulder, and then roll sideways to stand back up. I don't care so much about the stand back up right now. What we're working on is just the start of the roll. So again, our hands are going down, reaching to one side. I'll do it to my other side now so you can see. But so I'm going to use my left shoulder here. My hands are going to reach all the way to the right so that my left shoulder comes closer to the ground. My head reaches all the way over to the right so that it stays as far away from the ground as possible. And I'm going to lower my elbow down first, then my shoulder, and then I come all the way around, okay? I hope that makes sense. Please pause the video if you need to. Practice this a few more times. You guys should get really, really comfortable with this so that we can be able to do this roll anytime we need to. We've got the start of it down, right? It's the diamond reaching to the side, forearm all the way up the arm to the shoulder, across the back. Let's talk a little bit about the ending of the roll. So when I'm in the middle of my roll, I should be in this position like this, on the ground. My hands were just on the ground as I'm rolling up this way. So as I'm landing, what I want to do for now is we're going to try to tuck in one leg and get the other foot on the ground. So we're going to actually end up coming into this position. So let me show you that. Ready? I'm staying in a little ball. I'm rolling forwards to sitting. One foot, there it is. One foot is on the ground. Can't see with my socks on. One foot is on the ground sideways, just like laying down. The other foot is bottom of the foot down. And that's going to allow me to come here to one knee and then stand up. So let me show you the roll all the way through one more time. Reaching down, elbow, shoulder, standing up. Okay? Things to look for. This is for the parents. If you're going to help your kids learn this move, things to look for are smooth motion all the way throughout. One thing that does happen with a lot of kids is that they'll start to open in the middle of their roll, and this will stop them from rolling altogether. And that looks like this. Ready? Watch what I do with my legs. As I roll, I opened my legs too soon and I ran into the couch. Okay? So don't let your legs open. Stay in a little ball. Roll all the way and stand up. All right? If you're feeling comfortable on the pillows, I want you can try doing it on something that's a little less soft, but don't go trying this on hard surfaces yet, because there is a good risk of us bruising or bumping our shoulders or our hips until we get this roll really smooth. Something we really want to focus on is, if you look at my back right now, this is a straight back position, this is an arch, and this is round. Which one of those positions rolls the best? Flat, like this. Ready? This is a straight back position roll. Tell me if it looks good. Oh, that didn't work. Here's a round ball, right? So the round back, it rolls nice and smooth. So we can take a note from our friend the ball, and we can realize that all we need to do is make sure that our back stays around the whole roll, and we should be good. Cool. So that is it for our skill of the day. My chair keeps rotating. Nice. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of conditioning. This will be role specific conditioning because I think it's important. So here we go. Now would be a good time to grab a drink of water if you need it. And I'll show you what we got. Let's go down. All right. So first things first, the roll is, what I want you guys to do is we're going to do a total of 20 sit-ups. So if you need to, have somebody hold onto your feet, or you can